students. Myself Dr. Shirisha, Associate Professor from CSE Department, MLR Institute of Technology. So today we are going to discuss about Android User Interface Design Essentials. So how a user who is using an Android Studio want to develop an Android application, so need to make use of user design. So to make different designs in the application. So what are the different components that are required? What are the different layouts that are required? And what are the concepts that are being covered? So all those we'll be seeing in this third unit. Android User Interface Design Essentials. So in this, these are the following topics we are about to cover in these sessions. So layout and types of layouts. So layouts means what? Whenever you are developing any application, whatever the layout size you have, so the size of your mobile. So whenever you consider a mobile, so the mobile screen, complete screen can be a simple layout. And types of layouts. Whenever you wanted to design on the top of the screen, so there will be different types of layouts that you can use, maybe for grid layout and for linear layout, for relative layout, for constraint layout. So for all these layouts, we have a specific coding that can be done for design part. And these are the different types of layouts, as I told you, from here to this. So these are all about the layouts. So linear layout, where every element, every component of an Android application will be designed in the linear fashion, means sequentially. Whenever you give a component like say edit text, then the next component, say text view, you'll be getting in the bottom of this element. So this is nothing but what? The linear layout, where the elements can be ordered sequentially. Then relative layout. Relative layout is where you can give the margins and how much margin can be applied on the top of or to the bottom or to the left side and the right side, like that. Those relatively you can place them according to the user requirement. That's a relative layout. The difference between this is sequentially can be accessed, sequential, whereas this is non-sequential. Okay. And table layout. So as the name indicates, table means what? In the terms of rows and columns. So if you wanted to print something in the form of rows and columns, then you will be going with the table layout. Then grid layout. Grid layout, where you have to use that for graphings or some maps and all. Then you need some grid layout to place the latitude, longitudes for the maps, like that, right? So in that cases, we'll be going with the grid layout. Then constraint layout. Constraint layout is also something like which is relative, which is very similar to relative layout, where you can give different constraints to place your elements in the layout page. And apart from these layouts, different layouts, we also will discuss about the button. What is the button component? Button is something like it will be displayed with the text on the top of it. Let's say for example, submit button. So all of us know submit button. So we click on this, some action will get performed. So that's the submit button. So how to create a submit button? Then borderless button. You have a button but there's no border in it, but you can click, the action will be performed. Okay. Then image button. So you will have an image. So this is an image, but image normally we will just make it for a text view, like image view. I mean your image can be displayed, right? You cannot do anything, but image button is where some action can be performed when that image is clicked by the user. So this image, when it is clicked, it will navigate to some other page, or the action can be performed based upon the code that we have given. Text view is where you are giving a text that is need to be displayed. So you have a layout. In this layout, suppose if you wanted to print hello. So hello is just you are giving the message to get it printed on the layout. You can't enter the text, which cannot be edited. So that is named as a text view. But the text which can be edited by the user, that is the edit text. So the difference between text view and edit text is, text view is where it only displays, edit text is where it only edits the text. So here if you wanted to just type anything or rewrite anything, so you can give it. Then count application. So based on all these layouts and components, I will show you a small application where a counting application can be implemented. Then color codes, applying colors, color changer applications. These are all again one more application by using different components and different types of colors that you can assign by using a color palette or the color codes. Then spinner. Spinner is again where it scrolls throughout the page, and checkbox is where you will get a button with the box, so like you can just tick it or you can uncheck it. Okay, so this is where you can call it as a checkbox, where you can wanted to select a multiple options from the given options, and you will be using this checkbox. Then radio button and radio grip together we are using for radio button. So you will have a circle. So if you want have multiple options, but you have to select one among two. So if you are selecting only one among two, then you will make use of radio button. A set of radio buttons together we call it as a radio group. Then design sample registration form. So based on these all components like text view, edit text, button, images, whatnot, spinner, your radio button, checkboxes, everything you can use, and we also will see some example which is called as registration page. Then we also have other components like image view where image can be displayed, video view where video can be displayed, sample video application also we can see. Based on these two components we can develop this. Toggle button and switch, this is where suppose if you have on and off, okay, then if you wanted to make it off or make it on, then you use this toggle button so that this off will be closed. Or if you want to make it off, then toggle button, toggle it, then it will come here, then this will be displayed. This is a toggle button. Mostly we'll use this for open and close also. Then switch is also something like a toggle button where it switches from on to off. Then sample Wi-Fi application also we can see. Then scroll view, list view, these are also two components that we have where you can scroll the page towards upwards, towards downwards. This is scrolling. The list view where you can list out something, okay, like this. This is a list view. So for which we need a list view. Then sample contact application can also be seen. So these are all we are going to cover in this third unit. And moving further, let us discuss about the types of layouts in this session. So this is layout is nothing but where we have seen in the emulator. The emulator shows you the overview or the design part of your layout, right? So how we are coding into that to get how you are designing that using the code is using these layouts: linear layout, absolute layout, table, frame, and relative layout. So how this code is related to these things we'll see. Next, linear layout. Coming to the first and foremost layout, linear layout is most flexible that we can be used, where you can sort the things or arrange the things vertically or horizontally. Vertically, when you have some components, say component 1, you have a text view, edit text, okay, then what you'll do, this has to be vertically aligned. So what we give, alignment will be vertical. If you want to make it horizontal, then you have to give as a horizontal alignment. Then it means it can arrange the views in a single column or a single row. Okay, here is a code. What is that we can write for the linear layout is, every layout will start with XML code that we have seen in the so many examples in the first and second unit sessions. In the linear layout, we have a namespace, XML namespace, where we are giving this namespace to be considered for Android. Okay, then Android layout width, layout height, layout width and layout height. Here we are giving it for fill parent. This was in the previous versions. Normally we give now as a match parent. Match parent. Okay, or you can also give wrap text, wrap content, wrap content. Okay, match parent or wrap content. Match parent will be using when you have this layout. So if you wanted to use the complete size of your width of your layout, then we use this match parent. Suppose if you wanted to use only some sort of the text size, then you have to use this wrap content, so that particular text area will be used. This is about layout width and height. These two are the mandatory fields that we have to give for any layout. Then coming to orientation, in the linear layout, one of the property that we can assign is orientation, which is vertical. Then coming to text view is again layout width and height are common for text view. So here also we have given width and height, these two for the linear layout, but these width and height is for the text view. Again, this is a component. Okay, then what is the text that you need to display? So that is for Android colon text. For everything we are giving Android colon as a prefix, so we are writing what is the namespace. Okay, XMLNS colon Android. So this Android is prefix here. Okay, now Android colon text @string hello. @string means what type of text you are giving. So type of text that you are giving is a string type. So hello. This is what every linear layout will start with the tag linear layout, and all these are the properties. So we are not closing here. Okay, we are not closing here. But where we are closing? We are closing it at the end. After all the properties are given, all the attributes are given, close the tag, then close your linear layout at the end. This is a sample linear layout where we have to follow these code types. Then moving further, we have absolute layout. It enables you to specify exact location of its children. So when you have sub elements, so all the sub elements will be the children for the parent tag. What is a parent tag? Absolute layout. Now absolute layout, here also these are the two mandatory fields. One is the width and the layout width and layout height. Then this is where Android we have given. Then button and absolute layout is closed. So button, Android layout width, layout height. Button is again one more component that we have given, but absolute layout can be designed using the tag absolute layout only, which is closed at the end. Okay, and coming to your button, this is one more component that you have added, where you have given width and height as common attributes. And Android text you have given, like what is the text that is need to be displayed on the top of button. And layout X and layout Y, this is what how much size should be, the button should be of size, how much width and how much that we have given in the terms of pixels. Next, table layout. Coming to the table layout, we have to arrange the elements, or we have to arrange the data in the form of rows and columns. Then what we have to do? We have to use this table layout. Close the table layout at the end. In between, you have to give again the same properties. So these are the properties. One is XMLNS, that's the namespace. Layout width, layout height, these are the two common. A fill parent, but in the latest versions we have it as a match parent. That's also fine. Then text that is need to be displayed, and width you are giving, what is the size of the text that you are giving is 120 dp. Then edit text again, where a user can enter the edit text. For that we are giving the ID. This ID is for edit text. Why we need to give ID? Suppose if you have a multiple edit text, then there should be difference between one edit text to other edit text. So you have to extract the contents of one edit text only by giving its ID. So there is a use of ID that can be given by using @ID in some versions, + ID in the older versions, then followed by the ID name. So here ID name of the text view will be text user name. Okay, the text user name, what will be the size of the data when the user is entering? The text size will be of 200 dp. And next, relative layout. Coming to relative layout, how child views are positioned relative to each other, means on top of what? To the bottom of what? Okay, to the left of, to the right of. So these are the few properties we have that can be added, since in Android Studio every component or every line of code is automatically you can see that by just giving one or two text or one of the characters of the property, directly you can select the field name. Relative layout, again we have given the ID, then width, height. Suppose if you wanted to make use of this complete relative layout into your Java part, then only this ID is required, otherwise not. Then XML NS Android, simply version. But here the relative layout is a tag that is used for accessing the relative layout. Okay. Frame layout. Frame layout means whenever you wanted to make a placeholder on the screen, that means in the single view. Okay. Then we will make use of this frame layout. XML version. Then frame layout, again we are using the frame layout. And here the thing is, if you know what are the different types of layouts that you have, the same layout name we will be using it in the code. Okay, for frame layout we are using frame layout only. Only the thing is text, the first letter of every word will be in the capital letter. Similarly, absolute layout, linear layout, relative layout, everything we are just giving the name, same name. So there is no much ambiguity to remember the name of the layout. Okay. So width, again width, height, align left. So layout underscore align left will align to the left of what? Okay, align left. So its ID we have given, layout below, its ID, and layout center horizontal. Center horizontal means whenever you have a layout like this, if you wanted to get it at the center and at the horizontally if you wanted to align, then you will give like this. Okay, this is for which we are using the center horizontal. We are making it as true. If it is false, it won't be at the center. Okay, then we are giving image view. Image view is again a component that we are using to print the image. So somewhere it is horizontal, somewhere here you are getting the image tag. Okay, then for image also we are giving source in the drawable folder in resources. Like we have discussed the anatomy of Android Studio in the previous sessions. In the anatomy, if you go to the resources, in the resources you can see drawable folder. In the drawable folder you will find the name of the image that you have saved. So that path is given here to make use of that image in your design, in your application, so that that image can be visible here. Okay, its width and height can also be maintained. Since we have given wrap content, what will be the size of the image? Default size that you will get, and you're closing the frame layout after writing all the properties. So this is about all the different layouts that we have. So similarly we have so many other layouts also, like constraint layout and grid layout and all, so which are very similar. But remember, mostly in every code we can go with either linear layout and the relative layout at the basic level. Okay, thank you.